Hello guys, today we have a massive haul of not only Mega Construx, but tons of Star Wars 3.75-inch figures. I'm going to be filming everything that we have in this haul, and let's get into it. Though just as a disclaimer, I'm not going to be unboxing anything here today, but everything here, or almost everything here that's in package, will be having an unboxing video to itself, especially this guy. Alright guys, sorry if today's setup is a little bit messy. I'm kind of restricted on desk space, so I'm doing with it what I can. I will be changing camera views depending on which item is being shown first, and I know because this is a predominantly Mega Construx channel, I'm going to be showing our Mega stuff first. So the Star Wars will have to wait until the second half of the video. I'll put a thing on screen saying when it's switching, or you can probably just see from skipping ahead. Yeah, let's just get started. I know everyone wants to see this, so I'll start with the character pack. All right, guys, so it finally came after months and months of waiting. The Halo 2 character pack for the 20th anniversary of the game. Oh my gosh, I have never been more excited for an MCX set than this one. Of course, this is only one of 2 releases of the entire year we've had so far, or sorry, my mistake, I think it was 3, including the Guilty Spark. But yeah, this is incredibly special. I know not many people have theirs. I ordered mine pretty fast, but it still took a while to actually arrive. Yeah, I probably only know about, say, 20 or 30 people that actually have this so far. This will be my next Mega video that'll go up on the channel. It's of course going to be a pretty special and long video, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, I'm excited to show it to you, though. Like I said, nothing will be unboxed in our video today. Only looking over stuff and loose figures. So for our next bit of the haul, let's go over a loose package. Sorry if the desk is looking a little bit dusty today. A lot of these, every single thing here I've gotten used, and so, dust and dirt happens. So yeah, so for the packages, I've unboxed everything, I've taken them out, all the envelopes and boxes are open, but yeah, I'm still going to show the haul. So this was a pretty expensive order, honestly. Quite expensive, I would say. And I'm a little disappointed with what I got in here because of some issues, but let's go over them. So, I ordered this off of a guy on Facebook I have bought from before, and I will explain the reasons I picked up certain figures. I'll just keep that there. I'm just trying to move around our set a little bit here, guys. All right. First up, we have a Prophet of Regret. I already have all 3 Prophet figures, but I'm currently trying to amass a little bit of an army, not an army of Prophets, but I am army building them in order to have a little group of lesser Prophets like we see in the game. Halo 2, for example, we see the Prophet High Council. There's many Prophets that are not just the main 3. So I'm trying to collect different ones and just take off their crowns to serve as lesser Prophets. All right, next up we have an NMPD. This is the one from the Cyclops. I'm trying to get every NMPD ever, so that's what, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to be careful about setting these up because there's no base plate today. I'm trying to get every NMPD figure in order to make an every NMPD ever video for you guys. Next, we have a Halo 3 Marine from the Elephant. You can tell by the extra printing on the helmet. Next up, we have an Oni Officer from the Oni Marine Pack set. Really cool figure. I've been wanting to army build these guys for a while. I only had one before. I will show, there's one big fig that came in this package. I will show him last. Here's the, I believe it's called Oni Specialist, or Technician. He also came in that same pack. Next we have another Oni guy, and this is one of the 2 figures that I was disappointed with. Here he is, really cool. This is the Oni Heavy Marine, I believe, or just standard Enforcer or Trooper. He's so cool. He uses the Halo 4 Heavy Marine body. But the issue with this guy is this. If you're keen-eyed, you can probably spot the color difference on the shoulders. All these Oni Marines come with printed white stripes on their shoulders. It's very distinct. But this guy only came with one shoulder. Yes, he showed up like this. And I had a spare shoulder that doesn't quite color match, but it's decently close. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or return it, because that's very frustrating, especially because it's a printed piece. I'm not going to be able to find a replacement very easy. It was not technically missing from the package, but the seller did not disclose that the Marine was missing the shoulder pad in the details, and you know, it's partially, you know, in some people might view it like being on me for not asking, but I feel like in small pictures, if something's missing and it's only one thing that's missing, I think it should be mentioned. Here we have another Halo 3 Marine from the Elephant. It was the accompanying Marine. There's two in that set. I'll space out our figures to different kinds here. We have a Elite Major, or just, I think it's just called an Elite in the set, from the Marine Customizer Pack. Really cool Elites. I'm trying to get a couple of these guys just because Elite Majors are pretty common in the game, yet we don't get them in New Articulation very often. We've only gotten that one. Next up, we have a Heretic Elite. He came with that new plasma rifle, which I'm very thankful for. Yeah, so I'm also trying. I love the Heretic Elites, even though the figure isn't super accurate. I still really like him, and yeah, I already have a couple. I probably don't need any more past him, though maybe he could be trading material in the future. Here we have another one of those Cyclops Marines. You can tell from the brown pants, and he comes with a riot shield. Again, I just got him because he had the shield, and I like the shield. Next up, we probably have our coolest and best figure from the haul, the Prophet of Truth. This is the Halo Heroes version, as you can tell from the darker torso, the eye printing, and the brush strokes on the gown. Very cool, very hard to find, hard figure to find. Very cool. Though I already have him, so he will serve as a lesser Prophet, especially because in game they were all red. Here we have another Elite. This is for another video. This is the Elite Aesthetic. He came with two painted weapons, which I had never seen this piece before, and yet he has two of them. Very generous to include painted weapons. But the thing I got about him is that he is for a video that's going to be up and coming of the old articulation Elites I missed, because I did miss about 5 or 6 different very slight variants in the video, including this guy who is similar to the one in the video but has blue lights on his chest. Thank you to the guy in my comments who pointed out to me that there are technically 4 different variants of that same figure, which is really frustrating. Here we have our other heavy Marine. He has the correct shoulders and everything, so he is a-okay. He fits in with the rest of the guys, no issues there. Okay, everyone's gonna fall over. Sorry guys, it's kind of hard to set up figures from behind a camera. And I know this is a pretty large haul, honestly. Next we have, I'm not quite sure why I picked him up, but we have a dark blue Chase Gummy Elite Ranger from the blind bags. Really cool figure, but I don't personally collect New Articulation Chase figures, so he's either going to be for like an every New Articulation Elite video or for trading. Here we have our last 3 figures of the bundle. We have a Prophet of Mercy. All 3 prophets in one haul. You never see that happen. Though I was a little bit disappointed by this guy because he is very loose. You can kind of see it just from doing this. Like watch, I'll barely touch it and it wants to move. And like you can you can just hear the swinginess. You see, I'll take Truth, for example, with articulating this. You know, you have to very carefully move it where it needs to be. Meanwhile, Mercy, you can just kind of flick it and it goes, which is kind of unfortunate just because he's pretty worn out. Even the arms and the hands, they seem like they've just been like played with a lot or something. But this is a very cool figure. I don't have any duplicates of Mercy. I only had duplicates of Regret. So it's nice to add some variety, especially because Mercy has the different head mold. And also the massive crown. Like, that piece is huge. Alrighty. Now we have, unfortunately, the figure I was most disappointed with in the entire haul. This Elite. Okay, well, if you're familiar with this Elite, this is the Elite from the Aerial Ambush set. A very cool figure that is one of my favorites, and I already have a couple of, but why not have another? But because of the packaging, the way the package was packaged, his helmet broke off. You see, these Elites, these new articulation Elites, are pretty fragile when it comes to the head mold. You can see there's just this very small, thin peg inside the helmet, and so with this specific helmet mold, anything can just snap it right off. I already have like 3 or 4 of them that are broken like this. Super frustrating, especially because it was quite preventable, guys. If you are ever shipping, this part of the haul is specifically going to be a guide for you guys. If you're ever shipping everything, bubble mailers are the way to go. Or if you're not using a box, I would prefer a box for a haul this big. But do not just put everything in the bag. You need some sort of bag or extra padding in here. I think this haul is almost a little small for this envelope. There should have been extra padding. Basically, the figures were just like dumped in there like this, just in a pile in the bottom. And so therefore, any extra amount of force could potentially break a figure, and that's what happened here, especially because he did not remove the helmet from the Elite. So I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I'm either going to return this figure or glue it, or just kind of have him like this, maybe like a unhelmeted one. I don't know. Super frustrating. I was really disappointed by that, especially because I was looking forward to the figure, but yeah. But to not end on a sour note, we have our big fig in this set, and this is the one I've wanted for a while. This is the Promethean Knight Battle Wagon. This guy came in the Pelican gunship set, the Halo 4 Pelican, and this is a super, super cool figure. He uses almost entirely unique parts for everything but the limbs. Of course, if you've played Halo 4 or maybe 5, you know about the Elites, the Promethean's faces opening up to show you the skull. You can see the parts of the helmet parting to the side, and the skull in the middle. I believe in game you see a blue one though. I'm not sure. So he has a what is this? Scatter shot? Is it scatter shot? Wait. I don't know. Whatever. I don't really care about Halo 4 weapons. He has a blade that I've never seen before. Same legs, same arms. This head mold is, of course, unique to him. It opens up on the sides. And here we have this flame piece, which slots in right here. This is also, I believe, a unique piece. I've never seen it before, so I'm going to venture to say it's unique. Just slots right in there. Looks so cool. Honestly, just an incredible figure presentation-wise. But this figure actually comes with a unique feature. You may be seeing it glow a little bit here. So you see it has these little things that jut out here, which no other Promethean figure has. The back still articulates with the many different flaps that can move up and down. And I was surprised to see a watcher in here. All the Prometheans can hold a watcher in their back, but the thing about this is he's glued in there. He does not come out, and I was looking on the bottom. He has screws underneath him, which is for the feature that he comes with, where, no, I'm not going to break the figure, but watch this. Can you see it? There's a light in there that glows when you hit or just move the Promethean at all. I don't really know exactly how to trigger it. Someone just showed, like Bricks just showed him like hitting the figure, but there it is. I can see it clearly on. I don't know how clearly you guys can see it in there. There you go. It's hard to see because of the light, but it's still a very unique and cool figure. I've been wanting this guy for a while, and I definitely paid for him. All right, guys, that's our mega haul for the episode. Really cool haul, really insane one. I haven't had a haul this big in a while. I haven't also paid for an order this expensive in a while either. So, yeah, I hope you guys... he does not want to stand. Why isn't he standing? Come on, bro. You got to stand for the end pose. There we go. All right. There's the haul for today's video. Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to go towards future videos. Let's move on to the next thing. All right, guys, let's move on to our Star Wars stuff. First, we have our first loose package here. This is from Scorch's merchandise. You can find him on Instagram and whatnot. He's someone I buy from regularly. Though, unfortunately, I wasn't super thrilled about this package, but we will show here. Of course, we have 2 clones because, you know me, what else would it be? I'll show the one I was disappointed with first. This is a clone trooper captain. This is a captain. This is a clone trooper captain from Attack of the Clones. Though this figure just a little bit worn out. As you can see, he's a little dirty on his legs. He's very loose. You know, it's hard to display looseness of a figure on camera, but like, he's really loose. Everything kind of jiggles around with him, especially his helmet. Oh my gosh, his helmet. I've never seen a looser helmet on a figure, honestly. It's strangely gotten better since I picked him up, but yeah. And his legs like kind of bent out to the side, I think. I might want to bend that back. I don't know. Though he still looks good. He's in decent condition. And the other unfortunate part is that he's yellowing on his torso. Of course, this is just a symptom all clones get eventually. And it's not too bad with him. It's just kind of a slight tint. Could be worse. I'm still going to keep him in the collection. But I was slightly disappointed with him based on what I paid. Next up, we have a 7th Legion Trooper, and I was more disappointed by this guy when I opened him up because I was not familiar with the figure. I thought he was just like filthy, but turns out this is how he comes. He comes with this dry brush wash all over him that makes him weathered and dirty. Excuse me. Yeah, he's meant to be like this. Though he's also kind of a little bit loose, especially with the belt. The belt just like flies all over the place. Like you can see he kind of wobbles. The whole torso you can see just like is very loose, which could be worse, honestly. I just think this is a really interesting and cool clone trooper figure. This guy actually uses the same mold as the Battlefront trooper I showed in my last clone trooper video. You can tell from this band on the arm. You take off his helmet, he uses that same normal clone mold of the era. Let's put it back on. Very interesting figure, very odd, but very cool. Now, for our next opened Star Wars package, I'm trying very careful not to accidentally show any information of mine. This guy is someone I've also bought from before. I'd recommend Show Them Toys. You can find him on Whatnot. He's great. Love the guy. And here's our 2 figures we got. I do like this. He wrote my name on the slip, of course. And yeah, here's our 2 figures. So starting off, we have Agent Kolar. This is the Agent Kolar. I believe he was released in the Legacy collection. I don't really know why I picked him up. I just did. I already have an Agent Kolar in the Jedi collection. But I have the Revenge of the Sith Agent Kolar, and this is the Attack of the Clones look for him. His hand does not want to hold his lightsaber very firmly, but that's okay. I think from his lower body down, it is all the Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan figure, if I remember correctly, just retooled. He looks super cool though. Amazing head sculpt. That is some like how do you describe, like vintage collection modern day sculpting right there. That's fantastic. Yeah, I think I might customize him. into turning him into a Revenge of the Sith new articulated Agent Kohler, just because his Attack of the Clones look is just a clone of Eve Koth. I don't think it's very interesting, but I just needed like to put on a Jedi robe and give him a blue saber, and I think he's really cool looking. But next up, this figure is the one I was really looking forward to. So I don't know if I've mentioned it before in videos, but when it comes to Star Wars action figure hunting, I am really only looking for clones, Jedi, or prequel era Jedi, you know, Grand Army of the Republic Jedi, and from a list of favorite characters. And I have a concrete list of, you know, who has a figure or not, and I try to pick from there. And this was one that was on the list. This is Asajj Ventress from the 2008 Clone Wars line. I don't remember if this is correct or not, but I believe she was part of one of the initial waves of figures. Here's her head mold, looking spectacular. Molding for the body, of course, very spindly, just like all the other Clone Wars clones, or just Clone Wars era line. Though her arms, this is like just a swivel here, which is unfortunate, so her arms are pretty limited in articulation, though I can't blame them. There's a feature where you can remove the skirt by undoing the belt bit here, but I don't want to undo it because it is a hassle and a pain, and I even regretted it just doing it for the first time. The cloth goods for her cape looks absolutely spectacular. Looking good on all sides. She even has like the tassel, and she does have great articulation in the legs with knees and ankles and a swivel at the hips. From taking off the skirt, I have learned that Ventress does have very big hips. Here's her saber. This actually is the best play feature in the set, or I mean in the pack, because Ventress does sometimes have her sabers as twin blades. Sometimes she links them to make kind of a Darth Maul-esque double-bladed saber, and because they put these holes on the saber as well as some hooks, you can emulate that even on the figure form. Check that out. So you can have her swing around the, you know, Darth Maul-like version of her lightsabers while she fights Obi-Wan. She does use the double in the Clone Wars movie for a bit. I think that's super cool because it's innovating on a character that we've already seen before in you know, Ventress was not new to the 2008 Clone Wars. She had been in other media before. I think it's really cool. Though I will be displaying her with the double blades because that's just what I'm used to. She also does come with this, which is a, oh, sorry, Ventress. Here, I'll just, I'll put you over here because I have nothing really else to show for you. She also comes with this, which is a Count Dooku hologram piece. That is 2 separate pieces. Look at that. That is Clone Wars Dooku to a T. That molding is so great. You don't often find figures 100% complete, but I was really thankful to get her because she was. So yeah, that's the unpackaged figures for the haul. Had to adjust the camera view just so we can actually see. Let's start with our packaged figures. We have a Revenge of the Sith line of figures. I got this guy for $6 at a bookstore. This is Zet Jukasa. This guy was featured in the Revenge of the Sith movie as it says here in large bold text, Jedi Padawan. He is in that scene when Bail Organa shows up to the Jedi Temple during the Purge, and he runs out and mid-conversation to catch the clones by surprise, he actually cuts up Commander Appo, who has to recover later on, but then is unfortunately gunned down by the 501st. Now, the interesting thing about the character, the actor, is that this is actually George Lucas's nephew. He is, I don't remember his actual name, but, you know, I believe Lucas is probably still his last name. Really cool that he actually got a figure. It was probably done by his request because this is such a minor character in the movie. And so the reason I actually picked him up is because I already have this figure technically, but mine has like a really weird stain on the leg, like a plastic scrape, and no matter what I did, I could not get him off. So it was only $6. I might as well get them another one. It's only $6. Here he is right here, and here's some of the figures on the back. Buddha Powan Warrior, Zet, Captain Antilles, R2-D2, Commander Picard, which I have, Anakin Skywalker, Mia Tills, the Mon Calamari Senator, Ask Ak, who is, I don't remember his species name, Young Tarkin, Neomoidian Warrior, Wookiee Warrior, which I do have, and a Droideka. So yeah, really cool figure. I'll probably do a very short review video on him. Next up, we have a super, super special one. This is Commander Pons from the Clone Wars line. Commander Pons has always actually been a pretty favorite character of mine. I've always wanted to have him in figure form, even as a kid. Yeah, so there's his nameplate, Commander Pons. He was a Toys R Us exclusive, and I got him from a toy store. This specific toy store somehow had about like 6 or 8 sealed Commander Pons all in one place, which is crazy to think that, because this is so old. I believe this is 2009. Yeah, 2009 it says right there. And they had 8 of them sealed. So I guess some guy just had like a box of them, probably. And I got to pick through and find the one with the best paint, which was very fun to do because you never get to do that anymore. I'm just so happy to have him. I'm going to be opening him up for a video. I did have to pay a lot for him because, you know, he's a pretty uncommon figure as well as exclusive and sealed. But I'm very happy to have him. He has his own unique head and everything. I'm very excited to have him. Really cool character. He's only ever been made this one time in figure form. Yeah, I cannot wait to film his video. All these guys are just sitting on a wall on their cards. What's next? Let's see. Okay, I think let's go over the Order 66 2-packs. So, first off, if you're not familiar with these, I've actually filmed one video, though it has not come out yet, of talking about one of these little barrels, I guess you could call them. These were Target exclusive 2-packs that came with a repacked Jedi figure as well as a repainted exclusive Clone Trooper. There was like 2 of 6, though I believe there's 12 different ones total, if not maybe more, because I know they did multiple runs. Though my figures are really falling out. Mace Windu is completely out of his packaging. If you shake it, you can see it. Like, he is falling out. And the Galactic Marine is also falling out to the point his gun is completely warped. He can now shoot around corners much more effectively. So yeah, this comes with Mace Windu and a Galactic Marine, which is very interesting because the Galactic Marines never showed up in purple. Hasbro has done this tradition for a long time of making clone troopers to accompany Mace Windu that are purple. I think it's cool, if not a little cheesy, just because, like, wow, you know, he has a purple lightsaber, so let's make his clones purple. But yeah, it's cool to have this figure. On the back, we have some really cool artwork here. Mace Windu and Galactic Marine. Here is Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu and our purple Galactic Marine with almost this like blue for the belt here, which is very interesting. Sorry about the glare here, guys. There's not much I can really do when I have the ring light. I will read the little bio down here. It says, Mace Windu puts aside his diplomatic mantle to lend his skills as a powerful Jedi warrior during Clone Wars. He leads a regiment of Galactic Marine clone troopers into battle to stop the Separatist invasions on several worlds. Very interesting, because he does, in fact, not do that. There's our first one. I'll go over this one, because it's probably my least interesting of the 3. This is one of 6, Chancellor Palpatine and Commander Thyre. Again, this is another repack of that Palpatine figure, but this Thyre is completely new, reusing some of the Episode 3 clone molds. So, this was actually, I guess, I didn't even know I was paying for this one. I thought I was just paying for the other 2, but I guess I paid for all 3. Very cool to have. But the issue is that I already have a Thyre, so I'm probably either going to pass off and trade one of the two Thyres, but I do want to open this up because I do want this Palpatine figure. Oh, wow. The Target sticker came off. Here's our render on the back, which is very interesting because that Palpatine doesn't really match the Sidious back here. It's a different cloak, but whatever. And then look at our Thyre here. I believe this is a recolor of an existing clone render. I'll read the bio down here. Emperor Palpatine is, it's interesting because they call him Emperor here, but this is Chancellor Palpatine's outfit. Emperor Palpatine is accompanied by elite shock troopers led by Commander Thyre. The Empire wields great power and seeks only those who are exceptionally loyal and strong for this elite unit. This is very interesting because this version of Commander Thyre does not appear in the film. He does appear, but only as an unmarked trooper. Just like Commander Appo. All right, here's the one I wanted the most of the set. This is Darth Vader and Commander Bo. You might not have heard of Commander Bo. That is because he is exclusive to the old comics. I don't believe he is canon anymore. Even if he is, I don't think he's appeared in anything. But he's very cool. He's a very cool figure. He's a complete reuse of the Commander Bly or Devis mold. He's identical to it, just as a repaint with 501st Deco. This Vader, I believe, is also a repack, but I don't really care about this Vader because I already have the current updated best one. But he still looks like a really cool figure. He got decent articulation, it appears. I will be opening all these guys in probably a joint review of all three of them. This sticker also wants to come off. Oh, there it goes. All right, we're 3 for 3, or 0 for 3 on stickers. Yeah, super cool set. I really just wanted it for the Bo because I'm big into 501st and I wanted to complete the collection. Here's our back pictures here. Darth Vader and Commander Bo. Reuse, Revenge of the Sith render, but Vader does look sick. And we have Commander Bo as a recolor as well of Revenge of the Sith render. Darth Vader is a frightening figure who leads through power and intimidation. Commander Bo carries out Vader's orders with what does that say? I can't read it through the camera. Alacrity? Alacrity? Am I stupid? All right, we're going with alacrity. And unquestioning obedience as Vader tightens the Emperor's grip on the galaxy. I feel like a toddler for not being able to read that through the camera or pronounce it. Denal is revealed to be 5 years old in this new video. Christ. All right, I'm going to look up that word after because I want to know how to pronounce it. Let's go over our last piece of the haul for today's video, which is, this one's actually the oldest one. I've had this one for the longest out of anything here. This is another comic pack. I've already done one video featuring a comic pack before. I don't know if it's come out yet. This one is based off of the Purge comic, as it says Purge #1 down here. I don't know if the Purge series continues. All I know is this first volume. I have read this comic before. This is not going to be a new one for me. I think the comic is absolutely awesome. Very cool one here. And let's go over it so we can see the comic in the back with Darth Vader on the cover. This is number 13 of the comic packs, as it says up here. And here's our figures. So we have Coffee Iran, as it says there, and Boltar Swan, which is, I believe this is a background Jedi from the movies, and this is another background Jedi from the movies. Both feature in the comic. Very cool figures. Boltar, this is her second figure, but Coffee, this is his only one he ever got. So this is the only Coffee we have. Here we have him on the side as well. Coffee Iran with a picture of him from the comic, and Boltar Swan as she appears with this really cool, like, bounty hunter-esque outfit. Super cool. I will also be doing a review of this one up on the channel decently soon. I have a lot of videos to film, as you can see from everything here. I got 5 videos to film just from this haul here. Very cool. I really do love how this comic pack looks. It's just sitting on my wall just because I didn't even want to unbox it just because it looks so cool. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up our video here. I'll just move our stuff into frame of our haul here. Super cool. I'm very satisfied. I definitely got my money's worth, though I'm probably spending a little too much. Though I do have a back pile of videos, as you can clearly see here. Cannot wait to specifically do the Halo 2 one. I'm probably going to film that one first after this, because I think there's only 1 or 2 reviews of it on YouTube yet, so I'd like to get on that quickly. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it here. Thank you so much for watching this particularly long video. I know there's a lot more Star Wars than Mega, so I appreciate you if you're one of the Mega people that stuck around longer than usual. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Oh, and subscribe. Like the video, of course.